Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another video here. So I wanted to talk about Season 11B. I wanted to talk about the trailer because I've heard some information and so I want to share it here with you guys. But obviously first, before going any further, if you are new here, make sure to be a subscriber if you do want to get more Walking Dead content like this. And also, I just want to throw this out here. I've kind of like taken it upon myself to try and promote Season 11B just because like I really miss the excitement in the fan base whenever there's a new season. And I'm not saying that they're doing a poor job or anything like that. I know a lot of people are saying that, and I do think they need to do more of it. It is actually pretty shocking to me that the show's returning in 29 days and there really hasn't been anything out there. Now, I know sometimes they do kind of wait on the trailer a little bit, and that is fine. But the point is, I do miss the fan base being excited about things. So on Twitter, I've actually started like this Walking Dead, like, I guess, best character rankings bracket sort of thing. And every day, it's not really a set amount of what I'm going to do. I'm trying to get through the first row really fast, and then I'll probably take my time a little bit more with the second and third rows and stuff. But basically, it's just voting the characters. And so I have this thing here where it's like a bracket. I mean, I've already done a lot of the top ones here. Like Rick beat Beth, Tyrese beat RJ, which I wasn't sure about that because Tyrese is a very amazing character. I also have a video coming out on Tyrese later on, potentially. I'll just say that. But yeah, I thought that, Tyrese, he's a fan favorite, but like you have RJ Grimes, he's Rick's son, right? So like for me personally, I was going to vote for Tyrese anyways, just because I'm like, well, I don't care if you're the son of Rick Grimes. Like just because of that, I don't think you get the right to just be like the best character no matter what, like just by default. I know there is that aspect there, right? But I feel like that's so disrespectful to Tyrese, who is such a great character, right? And yeah, then I put some new ones out. Actually, I think Sasha beat Gareth. The governor beat Alpha, which I wasn't seeing. Like I guess people really like the governor. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, people still talk about him to this day. Like everybody loves the governor. I just thought Alpha was such a great character and such a great villain that maybe she would be up there, but I guess not. But yeah, then we have a bunch of other characters here, like Eugene and Dwight. I think that's the current poll going on right now. Eugene, I think, is winning. So if you want Dwight to win, definitely go vote. And then there's a bunch on the other side here that have already won. We're going to go through all of this, and then this should be over, I would say, in like 2 weeks. That's kind of my plan. So I'm doing something kind of fun there. I'm also sort of doing a countdown on there. I want to talk about The Walking Dead a lot. Like, the thing is, I can't share new information. I can't share teasers and stuff like that. So no matter what, I'm never going to be able to do as good of a job as, like, people that are officially working for The Walking Dead can, because they have the information. They have all the new footage, the new, promo art and stuff like that. But I'm trying to do my best to make things a little bit more exciting, to talk about The Walking Dead a lot more, because it is returning right away and it's the final season. And I think that's why for me, it's like in previous seasons, we've had a little bit more hype than this, but it's sort of weird that like right now it's the final season and there's kind of none, right? And I also want to say that on one thing there, like I know people have been saying that like, well, season 9 is really great, but it went downhill from there, right? Like it came back and then it kind of went away. I would also argue that that's not completely true, because season 10 was pretty epic. I know the first half was a bit slower, but I was cool with that. Like the first half of season 10 was a little bit slower, but the second half was just so insane. It was the war. And that final scene, I just saw it on Twitter. Somebody posted on Twitter. It was like, you see Carol and Lydia just sort of hiding behind a rock, and then Alpha's mask is thrown over and all the walkers are falling off. Like, to me, that is so insane to see that. That is such an epic scene right there. So to me, season 10 ended very strong, very epically, something that like The Walking Dead in its 10th season, it should be at that point, right? It should definitely get to that point. It should be that epic and cinematic. So I will say ever since then, like ever since season 10, episode 16, it's sort of been a little bit down. Like the bonus episodes were the bonus episodes. Honestly, looking back at it, I don't even know if they ever should have came out, just because, I mean, I know we got Here's Negan, but like, I don't know, something about those episodes just sort of tainted The Walking Dead a little bit, just because we haven't gotten anything that amazing since then, right? Like, I enjoyed the first part of season 11. It's just that I think the pacing was so off with it, and I think they messed up the Reaper arc. So we're kind of in this weird place where we're waiting for it to build up again. And obviously part B can actually do that. It is the time to do it. And I think Angela Kang and all of them know that. I do think part A was one of those things in the season where it was like, we want to introduce some newer ideas. We don't want to get into something so epic right away, because we literally just ended the war. But there's some things that we sort of have to iron out here, right? Like we have Eugene and all of them at the Commonwealth, and they're dealing with things. And that's the thing, when you look at the comic, right? Like the most exciting thing is what Eugene and everyone is doing at the Commonwealth. You know, the whole Michonne thing with the Wall of the Lost, that is so exciting. But the whole entire time while they're doing all the exciting stuff, Rick and everybody are just like moping around and trying to rebuild. It's honestly very boring. So this was I guess their answer for it, which obviously I don't think made it that much more exciting. I think it probably would have been better if you did a story where the Reapers came to Alexandria and they just tried to defend Alexandria. Maybe they went on the road, but maybe not every character left. Maybe some stayed back in Alexandria and we got some more stories there. Anyways, I think season 11B, it honestly could be really epic, and I think could be something that honestly really hypes up the fan base again. So I'm really excited for that. But yeah, I guess let's get to the point of the video. I've heard from somebody that the trailer is supposed to be apparently coming out this week. Now, I don't know about a lot of the other information because I've been seeing a bunch of other stuff out there about the trailer, like coming out this week or something. And then it also being a minute long. I can't confirm that. I've heard that it's coming out this week, so I can say that. Like, that's something that I've heard personally, but I don't know about it being a minute long. It could be longer. Maybe that's also right. I have no idea. Maybe it's only 30, 40 seconds. Like, I have no idea. But it does make sense that it's obviously going to be dropping this week, just because, like, if it didn't come out last week, obviously there's a high chance it's going to come out this week, because this week we will for sure be a month out, right? Like this week, the 20th is on, I believe it's on Thursday right here. I'll check. Yeah, on Thursday. So I expect the trailer to drop really at any point this week, maybe Thursday, maybe a couple days beforehand. And yeah, then I think I really hope at that point the hype really begins. And honestly, I think like the more I think about it, I think what they need to do for hype is it's mostly, I think, fan interaction as well as new reveals. I think those are like the two main things. And I don't think, like, I think, honestly, I think the 11 weeks of reveals and the 10 weeks of reveals thing, I don't think that's necessarily a good idea. I know that it hypes people up. People are excited for it. But, you know, the last 2 years that they've done it, it's never really been that great because there hasn't really been that crazy of reveals. Whereas, like, say one of the reveals, I remember in season 10, one of the reveals was like 2 set photos of Gamma and Virgil, right? I think it would have been better if those just dropped randomly, because then people would have just saw that in their timeline and saw that there was new photos for that, right? So I think that, you know, instead of building up that hype, because you do get that disappointment when it's not like new footage or something, right? I think keep it a secret basically and just kind of drop it whenever. Just like have it planned behind the scenes when you're going to drop it. And if you do have a new teaser to show that's like 30 seconds or something like that, maybe do the little eye thing on Twitter, right? Or just say like, I don't know, hype people up like that where they know something's about to drop within the next couple of hours or in 24 hours, right? From like the moment you do that. I think that just that kind of thing, I think, and also just like fan interaction where people are asking what it is and you just kind of tease them with things, you know, I think that's where you build up that hype and that excitement. And I think we're really missing that right now on I guess on Twitter mostly. I'm trying to think of where else that would really be where people talk about it a lot, but mostly I guess it's on Twitter, right? Because on Twitter, that's sort of where everyone like talks about things. But yeah, I just wanted to say that. I mean, I know that I did actually record a video before this talking about some of the frustrations of the fans, but it was so negative that I was like, I'm just not going to do the video. So I just completely scrapped that video, decided to do this one once I heard some more positive news. And just kind of like, you know, I personally am going to try and take it upon myself to try to do something on Twitter to try hype people up, to try create these little fun event things. Well, obviously, I'm never going to be anywhere near as close as to what The Walking Dead can actually do. But I think it would actually be kind of fun if we could just kind of have some fun with it. I think a countdown is also something that I believe actually hypes people up. It's something that, you know, at least it's a reminder that it's dropping soon. And so anyways, I'm going to try to do some more stuff just because I'm having a lot of fun with it. But yeah, definitely post all your thoughts down below. Just your thoughts on the trailer process and all the marketing things. I know that's like the big thing I'm seeing online right now is just they're so mad about the marketing of the final season, which I'm not completely on board yet. Like I understand it, but like I want to wait until like if nothing drops this week coming up, then I'm on board for sure. Then I'm definitely on board. But I think they could be, instead of waiting until a month before AMC Plus premieres, they could be waiting for a month until it premieres on cable, right? So on January 20th, that's when it could drop. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to wait until roughly then. If it's the 21st, 23rd, 24th, or 25th, and there's still no trailer or anything, then yeah, then I'm going to be a little concerned about just the overall marketing of this, because this is such an epic show, such a great show with an amazing cast that I mean, obviously this show has a big legacy, and I think it should be, I mean, marketed to shit right now. I think they should be trying to get everybody to watch the final 16 episodes of The Walking Dead, because it is ending this year. I understand for the first part, because there was a weird little tag there with like it being an epic like 3-part season, right? So like they did their best for part A, but because this is the year, I think you go all out, and I think you gotta pay that. You gotta pay your respects to the show, you know, and just in general, because the show has been so great for everybody at AMC, I think. And I mean, who knows? Like they could have, that's what I mean. These are the things I can say in like a week from now if there's nothing that drops in the next week, right? If it's still radio silent over the next week, then I think at that point I can be like, what the hell is going on, right? So I'm gonna give them a little bit more time, but yeah, definitely post your thoughts down below. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.